Hello and welcome to Workings of a Wishing Chair. For those who don't know, Wishing Chair Productions is the resident puppet theater at the Nashville Public Library in Nashville, Tennessee. This is a tradition that began in 1938 with Tom Tishner and his marionettes. But nearly 25 years ago, the program became Wishing Chair Productions as a nod to Tishner's work and the special chair that he built, where children would come to the library, then sit in the chair, and on their birthday, make a wish. And that is why we are called Wishing Chair Productions. Thanks for joining us. I hope you like the show.
Hello, my name is Morgan. I'm here to tell you a little bit about how we design a new puppet show at Wishing Chair Productions at Nashville Public Library. Before we can build the puppets, the sets, the costumes, and the props, a lot of thought has to go into what each one of those elements is going to look like. Regardless of if you are producing a play, making a movie, or creating a puppet show, you should always start with the text. Because we are a puppet troupe inside a library, almost all of our puppet shows are based on literature, and so often we have both a book and a script to work with. When I read a script, I always look for visual cues. Perhaps the puppet needs to hold a sword or play a harmonica. I need to make sure that I address each one of these issues in the design, and so I write them all down. The next thing that has to happen is a production meeting. That's the opportunity for the director to tell everyone about elements in the show that aren't in the script. Maybe there's a certain feel or mood the director is looking for in the production. That's really important for a designer to know. A production meeting is also a great place to talk about problems or how to solve those problems. Maybe a magnet is a good way to hold that sword in the puppet's hand. I love to solve everything with magnets. After a designer is equipped with the practical and visual elements, all of this information must be contextualized in research. Now, lucky for us, we work at a library, and there's a world of information right upstairs that we can find about anything that we're interested in. Maybe the puppet show is set in feudal Japan or rural Tennessee. I check out lots of books to see what people, tools, clothes, and buildings look like from a particular time and place. And if I ever doubt myself or have a question about something I'm designing, I always go back to the research to find the answer. Once I have all of my notes and research together, I can do my first rough sketches. I might draw a character over and over until I get it right. And once I do, I draw it in two views so you can get a sense of the dimension of the puppet. Once the director approves, I can do a final rendering. The rendering often is color and usually includes swatches. So that's little pieces of fabric that are what the costumes are going to be made out of. I also write copious notes so that people know about the construction of each puppet or set piece that I'm making. When I design the scenery, I draft it in a 3D rendering software. That way I can build it to exact measurements and the carpenters can use it to translate it to the final piece. I do lots of drawings in the drafting program to create lots of different views and angles so everyone can see exactly how the scenery is put together. A lot of thought goes into the design of a puppet show, but the better the design is, the easier it is to construct it, and the better the design is, the more magical that puppet show is for the library audiences.
Hello, so I want to show you one process that we use to make some of our puppets. For String City, we had to make a whole bunch of puppets, a whole bunch of different styles of puppets, but mostly marionettes, because the folks here in Nashville, they like the marionettes. And so the sculpted heads, this one done by Morgan Maitens of Johnny Cash, for the Johnny Cash marionette. So we take that and we create a rubber mold. And from that rubber mold, we would pour plastic. This is a smooth-on product. It's a very intense stuff. An A-B mixture, and it hardens and becomes kind of indestructible. You can see we've done this before with other puppets. This one from the celebrated jumping frog of Calaveras County, sculpted by Adrian Rose Leonard. Isn't that beautiful? And another rubber mold was made to create the puppet. And then if you have to make more of the same puppet, this is a great way to do it. Because here, if I take this apart, this mold contains the Lilliputian heads that was sculpted, molded, We can make as many Lilliputian heads as we want. And we have a whole town of Lilliputians for our Gulliver's Travels. And then for the rest of the puppets, sometimes we build them out of the plastic. Sometimes we'll use fabric, sometimes we'll use wood. We follow diagrams that can be found in puppetry journals, in puppetry books, even Tom Tischner's books explain how to build marionettes. It's very complicated, but it's ultimately very satisfying. If you are interested in finding out more about puppetry and building puppets, a great place to go to is the Puppeteers of America. You can join that group, or Unima USA. Or just go to your library and find books about building puppets. So, there you go. Thank you very much. Join us again next week when we talk about costumes and costume repairing.